Hello everyone, my name is Mono and welcome to the highly demanded, highly anticipated part 2 of ranking and drawing your Sonic OCs. Last time I did a video like this, it did super well, and I had tons of fun. So with a few more months of art and content experience under my belt, I wanted to follow up and make something even greater. And y'all delivered. I received over 120 Sonic OC submissions for this video. Unfortunately, there's just no way for me to include all of them, but maybe this can become a series moving forward. By the way, a lot of you may know from the old video, but I made that entire thing including all of the art on my phone. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And I just want to give a massive shout out to the Sonic OC community overall. I know there's a lot of drama and crazy stuff that happens, but thanks to the people supporting this channel and my art, I no longer have to work off of a phone. Thank you furries for paying for my $2,000 PC setup. But in all seriousness, thank you so much to everyone who has supported the channel. Memberships, likes, shares, and subs do so much for the channel, and I really appreciate it. Anywho, we've got a lot of new faces today, and 50 OCs to go through and rank, so I won't stall any longer. Oh, and make sure you watch to the end to see all of the OCs I end up drawing. Alright, here we are. Here's the tier list. So we're kind of just gonna go down the list here. The way I have this set up is I have a little sticky notes thing that tells me which Google form each of these is connected to. It was kind of the best way I can think to do it. We're also not using tier list maker because, wow, it's covered in ads. Alright, but here's our 50 and, well, let's get started. Alright, so number 1, we have Mara the Spider. Alright, let me drag that in here so y'all can see it. And, ooh, I actually really like the design, like the colors, and okay, it's a spider. When do you see spider OCs? That's pretty good, I gotta admit. But, let's see, what is the lore behind this character? Mara is number 64. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go here, and boom. Alright. So Mara is a blue masked spider with 4 arms, 4 eyes, 2 puffs of dark hair. He's wearing striped leg warmers and some comfy shoes that look like spider feet. Okay. Not a lot of lore, if I'm being completely honest. I was kind of hoping people would submit lore to go with their design, just because it's a bit hard to judge based on appearance. But I am gonna have to judge this one on appearance. Again, really solid color palette, just wish I had gotten some info on the character. I'm gonna give this one a... I'm gonna go B tier. Not bad, not bad. Pretty good, pretty solid. Alright, there we go. Fit that nice and snug in there, and let's move on. Next, we've got Red the Fox. Alright, drag that in. Okay, alright. What number are you? You are number 18. Okay, let's check. A pyrokinetic fox. Not very fast, but makes up for that in smarts. Rips off a fair amount of technology, but was able to develop a fully functioning AI by himself without ripping anyone off. Explores other dimensions often, has a girlfriend, oh wow, flex over a lot of you, and has a terrible sense of fashion. Let's see. I mean, I wouldn't say the fashion is bad. That's fine. I will say that this red does stand out a lot. I think this OC could maybe benefit a little bit from making the red kinda fit with the other colors better. But that is not up to me. That is up to you. I'm gonna give this one... I mean, I like the story. It is unique. The design, I think, shift your colors a little bit, and I think this OC could be a pretty good, like, B, A tier, but for now I am gonna put it in C. Alright, scoop that down. And next up, we have Savor the Tiger. Ooh, okay. This is an interesting one. I was eyeing this one. Alright, so here's Savor. I wish I could zoom into this a little bit better. Alright. Honestly, Ooh, I like the cutie. I like the cutie mark. I don't know if it's supposed to be a cutie mark, but the person who submitted this is named Everfree, so I feel like that means something. Let's see. Savor the Tiger. What number are you? You are number 16. All right, let's look. 16. A two-tailed tiger who is considered an urban legend amongst the people of Neo-Tokyo. He isn't registered in any of NT's records, nor is it believed that he lives anywhere within the city. But they say his favorite haunt is Casino Park. Oh, based. That's cool. He has the ability to turn invisible. Interesting. Okay. The ability to turn invisible. Alright. I like the design a lot. I think living in casino, or not living, sorry, occupying, being around Casino Park is really cool. Ooh, this one's actually kind of tough. I'm tempted to go A tier, but I'm also like, do I B tier it? Do I A tier? I think I'll A tier it. I'll A tier it. I like to be generous. I do think this is a pretty good character. All right. Next up, we have Boba. Boba the Hare. Ooh. This is a really cool design. All right, let's open up the notes, and this one is gonna be number 21. I really like this design, I'm not gonna lie. All right, number 21 is a famous or infamous, depending on who you ask, fighter in the underground fighting clubs. Boba gained her were-hare form and Dark Gaian powers through birth. Her mother, Ginger, got gravely ill during her pregnancy. I remember kind of doing a double take when I saw the words pregnancy and birth in the description, and I was like, this is around the time that people started to submit some not so great stuff to the forum, so I was like, what is this? No, it's normal, I swear, it's normal. Ginger got gravely ill during her pregnancy with her and was given the energy of Dark Gaia to help save her and Boba, with interesting results. And I do agree. The results are very interesting. I really like this design. Oh my gosh. This design has aura. Straight up. Shoot. I think this is an easy A tier. I really like this one. I like the lore, very unique, and banger design. I like the wear hair form a lot as well. Thank you so much for showing me that. That's super cool. All right. Wow, this is a really small A tier area. I'm gonna have to like resize a lot of these. I got 50 characters to go through. What am I thinking? All right. Next, we have Yago the Cyber Lion. Lion. Oh my god. Lion. I misspoke. Sorry. So, let's see. Yago is number 80. Alright. Yago is in fact a ghost inside a Mobian android who can control it. Trying to find his own origin along with his apprentice Kira, he gets adventures through dimensions, getting his identity as the Demonaut? I am so sorry if I butchered that. I think that's how you I don't know. I tried. I'm sorry, I tried. Interesting. Okay, I like the character's story. The name feels a little silly, but like not in a bad way. It feels a little silly though. I do like that this character doesn't like follow the traditional Mobian build. I find a lot of people don't really like to make characters like that, but I really like seeing them, and I think they're very different. I don't know, I like it. I like characters like this. Let's see. I will B tier it. B tier. It's pretty solid. Nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Okay, size you down, get you to fit. Alright. Marshall the Cat is next. Linkin Park. A tier. Linkin Park mentioned. Alright. Marshall is number 79. So let's check that out. Marshall is someone shaped by the cards he's been dealt. Starting off working as a musician, he goes from finding love with a Surge who's lost her memory, to saving a fox from the clutches of a Starline counterpart from another timeline, to befriending a state-of-the-art cyborg sand lizard, and even helping out a ram who's lost her whole world. Marshall fights to put things right for those wronged across the multiverse. Alright, we got a multiversal hero over here. For a cat, I kinda thought he looked like a fox. But like, I mean, a lot of characters kinda tend to be confused for other species, so I'm not like, you know, I'm not insulting him for that though. Let's see. I really like the design. I will say that. I am trying not to be too biased for Linkin Park. I say this is a solid B. I like him. I cannot speak today. Sorry, can you tell this part's not scripted? Alright, next. This is John. Sorry. No, I don't mean that as in like... Okay, here's why I giggle. This is a really cool looking character. It's just his name is John. That's why I'm laughing. I really like this design actually. Like, I like how the horns are like kind of glowy here and the hair kind of has a, you know, gravity defying quality to it. I really like this one. Okay, what number are you? Let's see. John is number 50 exactly. All right. 50. John comes from a family who specializes in close combat while controlling both their element form and super form. John masters both his elemental form and super form, but little did his parents know that he can achieve both his demon and ultimate form. Holy crap, leave some forms for the rest of us. I really liked his design. I am wondering what the other forms look like, but I also put a limit on how many images people could add, so... Let's see. I can't get over his name is John. Alright, let's do... Ooh, I'm kind of in the middle of A and B for this one. I'm gonna go B. Alright, size you down, get in there. Okay, moving on. Trace. Alright. And no, this is not Traced. Trace, the Tasmanian Devil. Ooh, I remember. I think this OC has also been submitted to my judging series, which highly recommend that one if you want to see some kind of more in-depth videos on like judging OCs. Okay, they're not that in-depth, but I spend more than a few seconds on them just because a video like this, I kind of gotta boom, boom, boom through each one. You know what I mean? Alright, let's check out Trace. Trace is number 24. Alright. 24. A mysterious traveling warrior who assisted the resistance. Assisted the resistance in their war against Eggman forces in my AU timeline. She wears a mask to cover scars retained from a nasty encounter with the Jackal Squadron many years prior. The incident also resulted in her becoming mute, and she now uses signals and hand signs to communicate with her allies. Oh, I really like that, a mute character. You know, I feel like this is the kind of character that some people would look at and they'd be like, ew, this is edgy. Boring. But like, no, I like the story of, and like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, you can see the scars. Like, I think some people may see this character and kind of only, you know, what's the phrase? Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah. I have been meaning to judge this one in my judging series for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I really like this character. I think this is a really easy A tier. Thank you for submitting this one. Alright, there we go. Lilac the Espeon, a Pokemon Sonic OC. I do find these interesting when I see them. Sometimes I see like super different ones, and then sometimes I see ones that are like, you can kind of tell that's the Pokemon. You can definitely tell this is based on an Espeon, but like in this case, I would say it's not bad. Alright, Lilac, let's look at your lore. Number 69. Alright, she's a fun design I made for a post where people point out how the Pokemon Espeon looks like a Sylvae's fan kid. And then I got mega attached to her, so she's now my favorite OC ever. You know what? It's short and sweet, but like, that's not a bad thing. I kind of dig OCs like that, where, you know, they don't need some super complicated lore. They're kind of just chilling as they are. Alright. I do like the design a lot, actually. Like, for a Pokemon Sonic OC, I kind of have higher standards for those to be more creative, and I will say I do like this one. Let's see. I'll put you... I'm putting a lot of things in A and B. I should probably stop that, but I'm gonna A tier it. I like it, I'm gonna A tier it. Alright. Now we've got Persephone the Fox. Alright, we got a full ref sheet here. I know I asked for like icons, but then I realized I don't feel like editing all that for 50 characters. That was before I realized I would get 120 something submissions. Alright, so this is Persephone the Stellar Fox. And I see she likes Shadow. Alright, 107. Let's check it out. Emotional, shy, and stubborn, with a strong connection to the stars. I wish I could have a bit more information than that. But, I mean, she is really cute. I really like her hair. Like in this bottom left image specifically. Very, very nice. I saw the other image, the other image they attached. Looked really cool. Persephone. I wish I knew more. That's the thing. It's hard to judge when I don't know a lot about a character. For now, I'ma say it's... I'ma say it's a C. Not that I think there's anything wrong with the character. It's just I wish I knew more. That's it. Alright, next. Oh, so... Funny story. We're kinda shaming this one. So I specifically said in the rules, don't submit AI images. And you know what this person does? Nice four-fingered Sonic OC. Yeah. So this is Shadina. I was really afraid that I would see Shadina, but no, it's Shadina. F tier. F tier. This doesn't even deserve analysis. F tier. I told you not to submit AI and you submitted AI anyway. F tier. Nope. Next up, Minkx the Cat. Oh, I remember. Okay, this OC. Let's, ignoring that unfortunate AI submission, I really, really like this character. I love her expressions. Like, literally every picture that I was shown of this character has her doing the same, like, goofy, like, smile, and I love it so much. Oh my god. Alright, what number are you? You are number 38. Alright. She honestly doesn't have much thought out lore, but she's a really big fashionista and loves trying on all kinds of different styles. She's also a bit of a shopaholic and pretty full of herself, but very quick to stand up for her friends. Another one of those where it's short but sweet, and oh, I think this OC's design really carries. Like, I think she really stands out because of her expression. You get what I mean? Like, oh my god, I love it. I love this character. This is a pretty easy A tier for me. Minkx is pretty cool. Alright, next we've got Eva. Cute. I really like this art. I really dig this art. I specifically wanted to pick this one because this one looks so cool. Also because one of the references you sent me, I cannot put that in the video. But... alright, what number is Eva? Let's check. Number 31. Alright, let's look. This is... Alright. Eva is a rather free-spirited woman that loves to venture to uncharted areas and ruins. Her eccentric personality doesn't stop her from doing what's right when the means are within her ability. She's very conditional. Alright, Eva. She has a really good design. Like, I have to say I do dig the design quite a bit. I'm gonna go B. I wish I had a little bit more information on her, like, any, like, lore. But, like, she has, like, another one of those short and sweet ones. I don't know, I'll do B. I think I've decided it's B. Alright. Next we have Core, the Pallet Bat. Alright. I really wanted to include this one in the video because I just think OCs like this deserve to be shown off. Oh my god, I love the colors. The colors are so good for this character. Alright, let's look at the info for Core. Number 53. Alright. Researcher and inventor. Core has always been fascinated by chows or chaos? God damn it. has always been fascinated by chaos, I'm gonna assume it's chaos, and its ability to completely shatter the rules of the universe, especially how chaos interprets sentient beings' wills, doubly so in the case of artificial sentient beings such as those few sentient badniks. He enjoys bugging and talking to them, with little regard for his own safety, and is wrongfully assumed to be working with Eggman as a result. Oh, I love that. A character who isn't working with Eggman, but he hangs around so many badniks, people just assume he does. Oh, that's too funny. Also, sorry, please excuse my models blinking. I have glasses, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway. Oh, Korid. Core? No, I got their name mixed up, my bad. Core, alright. I'm gonna go B. No, I'm gonna go A. I really like this one. I'm gonna go A. I'm trying to like hold back a little bit on the A rankings now. Okay, next up we have, let's see, Denny. Oh right, this one has a name that I like cannot pronounce, so they said it's Denny for short, so Dayanara? I don't know. This is a neat design though. Alright, let's check it out. Denny, you are number 61. Okay, let's check it out. The lore. Denny is a gun agent. She is also a creation like Shadow. When Gun raided the Ark, they stole documents on how, supposedly, Shadow was made. They copied that and made Denny. But because Shadow's code was such a mess, they messed up and she was created with no powers as Gun intended except for her chest fur. But her creation was still a breakthrough. Denny is mischievous, intelligent, and witty. She's sly and works well in the espionage department for Gun. I really love how I just shout out to the OC name/species section on this one that says name Dayanira, however the heck you say it, meaning destroyer of men. We love a man destroyer around here. Alright, I'm gonna say this one's a pretty solid. Ooh, tricky. I'm gonna go B, but I do really like this one, but I do. Okay, next up we have Sparks the Firefly. Oh my gosh. This is what I mean when I say I want to see more uncommon Sonic OC species. This is so cool. Oh my god, like, when have you last seen a Firefly Sonic OC? This is great. Oh my gosh. Like the flamethrower backpack, like look how detailed that is. That's so freaking cool. When I say we need more uncommon species, this is it. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Let me not get ahead of myself. What's the lore? This OC Sparks. I have a couple of OCs named Sparks, so I have to be careful. Make sure I go to the right one. 49. Alright, a mad pyro that wants to set everything ablaze, and loves using fire-based puns, jokes, or any term for fire in half of his sentences. Another short and sweet, and honestly super fitting. I love it. Alright, I think this is an S tier. This is an S tier. When I say we need uncommon species, please look to characters like this as an example of like, what you could do. Oh my god. I think a lot of people underestimate the potential of less common species. Alright, next up we have Neco the Cat. Doesn't that just mean your name is Cat the Cat? Neco just means cat, so it's Cat the Cat? I mean, nice design though. Alright, let's check it out. Neco is number 90. Alright. Dr. Eggman's creation, anti-hero, but mostly does heroic stuff, and a total flirt, but also friendly. Okay. The name is a little odd. I'm sorry, I'm not judging. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, your name literally is Cat the Cat. But like, you look really cool and cute, so like, I'm gonna tough. I'm gonna C tier you. The name kind of just throws me too much for a loop, you know? But like, if you like the name, my opinion shouldn't matter. It is a really good outfit design though, I will say that. I really like Neco's outfit design. Alright, next up we have Spark the Hedgehog. Alright, get that in here. And I really like the lighting on this, just saying. Alright, Spark the Hedgehog. You see what I mean about Sparks, stuff like that? I think I had an OC named Sparks in the last video too. Alright, let's check it out. You are number... Where'd it go? 35. 35. And this might be another VTuber? I'm not 100% sure, but the credit name says VT in it, so if this is another VTuber, then that's awesome. Alright. He was a normal guy living in the future until he was flung into the past due to a test that fused the arc of the cosmos to him. Oh my god. Now he's laying low and acts as a hero while trying to fix the timeline he accidentally broke while coming to the present. He can control gravity and to some extent space itself. Overpowered. No, I'm kidding. And uses the extreme gear, Cannonball, to move around and gain speed. Sometimes heroes are born, they're made. Is that meant to say aren't born? I'm not entirely sure. But I like this design, you know. I tend to be a bit judgmental of the hedgehog designs because I see so many of them every day. Sorry. But I like how unique the quills kind of look, like this pattern, like it gives them some differentiation, which I think is kind of important if you're making a hedgehog OC. Or, you know, it's not important and this is just my opinion and you don't have to listen to me. I'm gonna give this one... I'll give you an A. You're pretty good. I like this character. Pretty solid. I am filling up the A tier. I really need to start shrinking these images down more. Oh boy. Okay. We're how many through? Not that many. Alright, next up we have Alexi. Boom. Alright, what's the info on Alexi? 23. Alright. Oh, and if you guys saw my community post where I showed off that Vendetta picture in Radical Highway, the person who submitted this, Mars, also, you know, is behind Vendetta even being 3D in the first place, so, oh my gosh, shout out. Alright. Alexi is a fighter for the Resistance/Restoration who has been through the worst of it and then some. He is determined, always calculating, and resourceful, but he is prone to his emotions, is rather volatile, and struggles to let things go. I love a male OC that can actually admit, like, they get in their feelings and stuff. I really appreciate that. And I think the lore is super solid too. I kind of want to draw this one, not gonna lie. Maybe I will at the end. Alright. I also like the Wispin. I don't always see characters with Wispins, but I think Wispins are super underrated, and I really wish more. Like, I wish we could see more with Wispins. I think they're an underrated part of Force's design. Alright. Alexi, I'm gonna give you an A. You're pretty solid. I like this character. Alright, next up, we have June, the Pink Fairy Armadillo. This is such a cool design. I've seen this one before. I believe it was also submitted to the judging series. And the only reason I haven't done it yet is I just haven't gotten around to it. I dig this design so much. This is super cool. Alright, let's look at the lore on June. June is the 8th. Alright. June is a pink fairy armadillo with a very caring personality. Her special ability is an indestructible shell, which she uses to protect herself and others. Oh my gosh. I think that ability is super cool. I love that it's unique. And can I just say I love everything about this design? The colors go so well. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I like that she has a modern and a classic form. You don't always see that. I dig this design. I think this is an easy S tier for me. Alright, there we go. Nice and fitted in there. Alright, next we have Lilith the Hedgehog. And, oh my gosh. Okay, so I tend to be a little iffy on fan kids. Or like, just anything kind of in that territory. But I really like Lilith. I think this like splotchy, the splotchy markings are something you don't usually see with Sonic OCs. And overall, I think like Sonic and Shadow have such like contrasting colors, but I think that she really like what can I say? She just really like mixes them together in a way that just works very well. And so I gotta give props for that, because I don't always see that. Sometimes I see some pretty eye-strainy stuff. But no, the colors work so well here. Alright, let's look at the lore though, before we judge based on appearance alone. And let's see. Lilith, you are number 54. Okay. Lilith is the genetically created child/clone of Sonic and Shadow. Created by a scientist obsessed with creating a more powerful ultimate life form, she became more than just a weapon, thanks to Sonic and everyone stopping him and raising her right. She is a bright, happy, and competent young lady, and she uses her powers to protect everyone. Super solid backstory, super solid design. I think this is a fair S tier. I really like this one. Boom, there we go, third S tier of the video. Alright, next up we have... Oh, okay. Sorry, I was also going to show off this image for when we went over Sparks, because I really like just everything about it. Like, oh my god. The colors look so good here. Sorry. Quick shout out to Sparks the Firefly. I really liked this image. Okay. Anyway, next we have Cotton by Lord M. Alright. Cotton. Cute. What do I say here? Alright, let's look at the lore. Number 3. Okay. She is a OC, hand cannon? X cannon? Is hand cannon another character? I'm not sure. So it's an OCX canon fan child. She is a girl kisser and will soon get an adult look. I love lesbian characters. She's a bit simple, which isn't a bad thing. It's not. She does kind of give like IDW background character energy. I do see the lanolin in her. Some more lore, and maybe like a detail or two on this like coat dress thingy would be good. Just in my opinion, that's just me. I'll give it a C. I do like the shoes though. I do quite like those. There we go. Okay. Next we have Nile, and this art style may look a bit familiar because yours truly drew this. So, alright, Nile, what number are you? What number is this ugly freak? I'm kidding. Nile, you're number 34. A drifter working for the right price in the Soul Dimension after breaking away from the Shadow organization that gave him his electric powers. Man, this OC's so ugly. God, I can't stand it. D tier. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so this one is a bit hard to judge because I drew the reference for it. But I do like his story. He does have a place in my Sonic AU. So, you know, shoutouts to that. But, at least I can judge him for something that I know is just kind of a thing with his design, is that he's very plain and simple. But he is meant to be that way. But he could use some more detail, and maybe he should get a better fashion sense. I'll give you... I feel like I have to make it fair. It'll be a C tier. Or will it be B? I don't know. I'll stay true to myself with a B tier. How about that? Alright. Next, we have Flame the Hedgehog. That is a lot of fire in the background. Alright. Flame. Let's see. Flame. You're number 42. Okay. 42. Flame is the second project to be created after Shadow, sharing a bit of his DNA and DNA from alien dragons, granting her pyrokinetic powers and making her his little sister. She can be a literal hothead at times and stubborn as heck, but she also has a good heart and knows what's right. Short and simple. We like it. I really like the markings, actually, on the sides of this character. I don't always see people do markings outside of, like, quills or hair or whatever, so I will compliment that. Her color palette's alright. I'm gonna give this one a C, but there's not really much, like, I don't even say there's anything wrong with it. I just found the other ones to stand out a little bit more, but it's not bad at all. Alright, next we have Jolene the Jerboa. Alright. And let's see what the lore is on Jolene. Jolene is number 46. Alright. A kindly, old-fashioned, and a wealthy Jerboa woman. She has dreams of becoming a famous country singer and song artist. She's also blind, but she still does her best to help out her community. Oh, I like that. Blind character, yeah. I do like that she's also kind of taller. I mean, you describe her as an adult woman, so I assume she's kind of like built like vanilla a little bit. But I really like the colors. They go pretty well. I like the species pick, Jerboa, very unique. I will give this character a... I'll give it a B. How about that? Alright, B tier. There we go. Okay, next up. We have Aerys the Porcupine. I like that, a porcupine. I don't always see those, which is shocking, because it's like, I feel like you could make them kinda similar to hedgehogs, and yet I never see porcupine OCs. Alright, Aerys is number 86. Okay. Aerys is Silver's rival. After the events of Sonic 06 in my story, the timeline reset to a world without Silver. Based, S tier? S tier? No, I'm kidding. While he was in the past, so Aerys became his replacement or false doppelganger. Ooh, that's really interesting lore, and I honestly haven't seen an OC like that before. It really, like, gives context to why he looks like that, too, because, like, I know some people would be like, he looks too close to Silver, or, like, Gold, but, like, no, I think I like characters where sometimes they kind of look like an official character, but when you look into their lore, it makes sense. Like, there's context behind it. I think Aerys is a really solid design, too. Like, I feel like he'd have a good silhouette, like, I think his colors are pretty good. I like that he has a more, almost like, what number of sides is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? A hexagonal, like, marking on his hand instead of the more circle one that Silver has. Although that may just be a style thing, so don't take my word for that. Aerys, I think I could give Aerys a pretty solid B. But, like, I'm tempted to go A too, so it's like an upper B tier for me. Alright, next we have Smoke the Leopard. Sans, is that you? Alright. Let's look at Sans, I mean Smoke, 62. Alright, Smoke the Leopard is a quiet 11-year-old Mobian rescued from a blizzard near the Soul Empire. In that tropical climate? He wears a mask he never puts on and rarely speaks, but he's fiercely observant, unusually gifted with dark matter manipulation, and determined to replay Blaze after she saved his life. Although shy and secretive, there's more to him than meets the eye, especially when his past refuses to stay buried. Interesting. Okay. His design is pretty simple, but like not in a bad way. I like the mask. It's interesting. I'll give him a C, but like his story sounds really interesting though. I do want to hear more about that. Alright, put you right there. Boom. Okay. Next up we got Spike the Hedgehog. I feel like this is just Sonic. Sorry. Let's look at the lore though. Let's not judge based on appearance. Alright. What number are you, Spike? Spike is number 27. Okay. Spike looks like Sonic, but has differences. Spike is always cheerful, a smile on his face, no matter the situation. He is willing to help anyone in need. I wish there was a little bit more lore for me to work with here. I'm just not really sure what the differences are if you don't say what the differences are. I thought maybe it was like an EXE based on the side profile up here, but I'm not really sure. I think this character has potential to be really good though. I think they just need a bit more development, but for now, I'm gonna say D. Alright, next up we have Vermillion the Opossum. Alright, this one's a little bit blurry, but I think we can still make it out pretty alright. Alright, let's look. What number is Vermillion? Number 52. Alright. I just took my Sona and turned him into a Sonic character. Now he's a bad guy that does crimes and stuff. Blunt and to the point. I appreciate it. I think the colors could use a little bit of cleanup. Like, the only thing is that, like, you don't really see a lot of repeated colors in this design. So that's kind of just like a little character design thing. But I like that he's just a simple guy who does evil. I can give this one... I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna give it a C. But like, I appreciate the willingness to have to do crime. Okay, next up we have Jaws the Wolverine. And ooh, okay, this OC is Aura. I like the colors a lot. This is a very good color palette. Alright, what is your lore, Jaws? Number 43. A short-tempered and no-nonsense guy. He prefers to get things done as efficiently as possible, no matter the people he has to walk over to do so. Honestly, that personality really fits the appearance of this character. I could totally see it. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm gonna go a B on this one as well. This one's like upper B tier. I like this one. Alright, side down. Oops, drag things around that I don't need to. Okay, we're running out of space on B tier. We might have to start getting a bit more extreme in our opinions. Alright, next we have Guppy the Axolotl. Oh my gosh, I like Axolotl OCs a lot. Alright. Oh wait, I just noticed the Ditto. There's a Ditto on the skate. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't see that before. And the little Sonic. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's look into Guppy. Guppy the Axolotl. What number are you? You are number 72. Alright. Guppy is a fish out of water who loves learning about the world. She's naive, struggles with social cues, and tends to act socially inappropriate due to how the ocean has different rules on how you should conduct yourself. She means well, but she is the definition of fish out of water. Her hobbies include roller skating, based, visiting new places, trying new food, and loving gossip. She won't share your drama if you're her friend, though. Just an FYI, her art isn't mine, but I do have permission from the artist to share her. Judge your character/design, not the art. Dude. I love the art and the character/design. This is great. Oh my gosh. I love this character. This is super creative. I gotta give it an S tier. No notes. This is a great character. Okay, next we have Lilac Mouse. If you're saying the character's skinny, I get it. Sorry. Alright, let's Leanie's lore. Number 45. I also appreciate a purple OC being named Lean. Lilac Mouse is a human-turned-Mobian character. Well, she got isekai'd. Now, she is a mix of hedgehog and mouse, and she loves it. Now that she is this way, she is a rubber hose rodent. She can use cartoon logic to her advantage and do pranks too. And then she has a wiki page with more info. Can't look into it for this video, but I do find this design to be very interesting, very creative. I can't get over that this is a purple design with lean in the name. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be professional, but I also am having trouble not laughing. Sorry. It's not like a bad thing. It's not. Let me just clarify, it's not a bad thing. I'm just immature. Alright. It's a good character though. Oh, it's not that funny. Stop. Okay. I'm putting it at C tier because I can't stop laughing. Okay. Next up, we have Sunny, the leafy sea dragon. Stop laughing. Okay. Sea dragon. Super freaking unique species pick. I love it. Alright, let's look at Sunny's lore. Alright, number 57. Oh, that's 67. Hold on. 57. Alright, Sunny is a yellow leafy sea dragon who has a strategic, tactical, and serious attitude. She likes to plan her moves accordingly and use her camouflage ability to gain a tactical advantage in battles, always thinking several steps ahead. She also likes to use her camouflage ability to have some fun with her friends, especially when pulling off harmless pranks. Ooh, okay. Well, like I said, I really like the species pick here. I think she has a pretty decent color palette, too. It goes together pretty well. That's tough. I'm gonna say it's an A tier for this one. Actually, I really like design. I think it carries a little here. Like, yeah. I think it's a pre-deserved A tier, which I'm running out of space in. Next up, we have Niemi or Niemi. I'm not sure which one it is. I apologize if I butchered that. And oh my gosh, this character is so cute. Okay, let's see. Number 60. Niemi, or Niemi, is a silly, whimsical Pomeranian that fights with a weighted yo-yo. That's pretty cool. She's actually my Sona. I don't have lore for her just yet. That is a-okay. I am looking forward to hearing lore about her, but I really like the weapon choice. That's very unique. And plus, like, instead of just being a generic dog, this is a Pomeranian, so yeah. I really like her outfit. I really like her hair. She is adorable. Okay, I think I can give this one a solid... I want to A tier it, but like, I'm kind of in the middle of these two. I'll say it's a B. A B. I'm gonna have to start like piling these up alongside or something. Alright, next we have either Kira or K1RA. I'm not sure if it's like pronounced the full way or what, but this looks to be a robot of some type. Alright, Kira is number 1, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go by Kira. I apologize if that's wrong. Alright. Species Robot, alignment Evil, is created and associated with Dr. Robotnik. Personality, Kira's main purpose being that she is an assistant to Robotnik, along with keeping other robots in check, and if necessary, to combat and battle herself. She remains very cool-headed and calm. Kira is unable to speak verbally, which is probably changed and upgraded at some point, but simply provides holograms with text on them to display info needed, and I like the reference to that in the art piece. In case something goes wrong with that too, she has a notebook and pen in her storage chest in case of malfunctions. That's super cool. I like nonverbal characters. I like any character that has to use like a different way to communicate or just adapt to the world around them. I also just really dig this art, like the little text boxes. I think that's a super good addition. I love when people kind of use little details of their character in their reference art to kind of, it just really helps differentiate your character from the rest, if you get what I'm saying. Alright, Kira. This is a really solid character. I do like this one. I think this is gonna be another B. I'm gonna kind of squeeze you in right there, don't mind me. I'm really tiny. I'm gonna kind of shrink this one down. Yeah, we're gonna start scooting things over. Oh boy. Okay, next up we have Denny the Fox. And let's look at Destiny's lore. Number 14. Alright. Telekinesis. Oh, okay, powers. Telekinesis. Can fly with her tails, but doesn't use the power often. She's very kind-hearted and is the medic for her teammates. Wish we had a little more lore. But, you know, this is a pretty cute character. I really like the design. I think I think the colors go together very well. Ooh. This is a good one. Very cute. I'm gonna go C on this one. Okay, next we have Pyro the Thylacine. I apologize if I said that wrong. I'm not very familiar with Thylacine? Thylacines? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. Pyro, what's your lore? You're number 93. Pyrocynical? Oh no, not pyrocynical. Wise, stern, determined, loyal, and almost never smiles. I can relate. He sees himself as superior to many and even pities people. He is also a huge snitch. Excuse me? He's a snitch? He's gonna get stitches for that. He has fire and lava powers, martial arts, and use of ninja weaponry. He's a snitch though. I don't know. He's a snitch. He's a good design though, and lore. Man. He's gotta be a C tier for being a snitch. It's a really good character design. I think it's funny to put them in C tier. Okay, next up, we have Macer the Rabbit. I really like this design. I definitely wanted to show this one off in the video. Alright, Macer, what's your lore? 102. We're getting to the end, guys. Alright, Macer is a jack of all trades, using all the skills he learned while he was thought to be dead to avenge his family. You can always catch him fidgeting with a trinket he got out of nowhere, or teasing someone profusely. He's always vigilant and aware of everything around him. You can never catch him resting or sleeping. Does he even sleep? I don't know. Does he? Oh man, I really dig this design. I like the little like split fur looking things on the ears. I really like when people do unique things with rabbit ears for their characters. I like the hair, I like the outfit. Very good fashion sense. I gotta S tier this one, honestly. I really dig this character. Alright, next up we have Glacier. Alright, and then let's pull up the lore, number 12. A very friendly, affectionate, and cheerful Siberian husky boy who dislikes conflict. He has ice powers, but will only ever use them when he feels that he absolutely must. I'm gonna be honest, he looks a lot like Tails, which isn't a bad thing, you know, if that's what you're going for. But like, I'm kind of struggling to see like the husky vibes off this one. I think this design could really use like another detail or two. Like give it an accessory or something. That's just me though. That's just my opinion. You know. I'm not really sold on the lore either. I'm gonna give it a D. But I think potential. There's a lot of potential to this character. I think maybe he could just use like a couple more like details and accessories to kind of help differentiate him from Tails, you know what I mean? But it's not a bad design. Alright, next up we have Aerys the mouse. And oh my gosh, I really dig this one. I was reading their lore earlier. This is a good one. Alright, Aerys, what is your lore? You are number 82. Alright, Aerys is a shy, chronically online shut-in who's forced out during the war with Infinite. A lot of you can relate to this OC. She has very good hacking skills and is good at hardwiring computers. After an accident that digitizes her, she develops powers that allow her to affect computers and create holograms. I love that. The powers connect so well with who this character is, like, as in their personality. Oh man, and this design is just banger. I really like the design. Like, especially like the body type too. Like, you don't always see that more rounded body type in Sonic characters, so it's just refreshing. It's nice to see something different. I love that she was chronically online, but Infinite kinda forced her out. well, the entire war. Oh man. Yeah, this is an S tier design for me. I just think this is a super solid character design overall, and I think if you're looking for inspo for good Sonic OCs, like how to make them, I think a lot of these S-rank characters are exactly like perfect inspiration to be looking at. Just the way they're written, their designs. There's so much good to all these S-tier characters. Alright, next up we have Cadet the Coyote. And oh my gosh, I love this design. She's like so simple, but like, oh, adorable at the same time. But not like so simple that she has no detail. Like, you can see like all the little wrinkles in the outfit, the buttons, like, oh my god. This is an adorable character. I like the eyes too. Like, you don't always see that different eye style. I like that the visor kinda makes her eyes, if you get what I mean. Alright, let's look. Cadet is number 110. Cadet is a young coyote who has a passion for aviation and the stars. From a young age, she knew her place was in the sky, which she may or may not have come from. Ooh. The details on that are unclear. Interesting. I also like a little bit of mystery in the backstory. Oh man, this is another really good one in my opinion. I think for a more unique looking design, like this is super good. I really like it. I love the eyes. I'm gonna have to S tier this one as well. Alright. Oh, we're getting to the end. Look, we're at the end. Okay, next is Lis the Hedgehog. And she is very cute. Alright, what is your lore, Lis? Number 40. Okay. She likes flowers, especially lilies. Her name is also from Lily. Oh, is her name like Fleur de Lis? Like that kind of Lee? Or is it Lis? I'm so sorry if I said it incorrectly. I'm not sure. I would assume Lee, but then I don't know. Sorry. Hopefully I am not completely wrong on that fleur-de-lis part. I'm not sure. She lacks confidence and is indecisive in everything due to her low self-esteem, but she's thoughtful and always wants to take care of others because she can't ignore injustice and has a selfless side. Very sweet. Oh, and she looks very, very pretty. Oh my gosh. Like, I do like that while this is a very light, a very light colored character, very white, there's still variation in the colors. Like, there's blues, there's yellows. I think this character has a super good color palette, and I think they have a pretty decent story too. Let's go. I'm willing to give this one I'll give it a C. A C. Alright, next we have Minkx. And I'm not gonna lie, these colors kind of remind me of my character, but like not in like a, oh my god, you copied me way. I just really like these colors. We look like sisters. Alright, so this is Minkx. What is your lore, Minkx? Number 25. Minkx, a tactical spy and infiltration specialist who's formerly worked alongside Rouge, which makes sense when you look at that upside-down heart on her chest, as a treasure hunter, parted ways to find balance in her life. A silent, agile, and cunning bat who found ways out of her own way at every turn, now allied with the heroes of history. Now she finds herself on a gray path where her shadow identity was accompanied by her own moral compass. I'm a little confused by your wording, if I'm being completely honest, but I really like this design. I dig it. I like the upside down heart. It kind of helps give her that connection to Rouge, you know, working with her in the past. And I just like all these details, really. I'm gonna give this one a B. Pretty solid though. I really like this. This is a good character. Like, it's not for B for me. Alright, what kind of piece do there? Let's see all the others. Maybe I should do more streaming with my opinions. Alright, next we have Shin. Shing. Sorry. Alright, what is your lore? Number 33. Shin. He is a samurai / ronin that travels the world as a scholar, calm and friendly with a passion for history. I do wish we could know a little bit more, but I really like this design. Very solid. You know, it's got that simple but good at the same time. I like the little, like, for example, this little diamond detail on the, what do I call this? The coat. I apologize if that's wrong. I like that. Little details. Like, you can have a very simple character design, but give them, like, little details like that, and boom. Like, they don't look overly simple. I don't know. This is very solid. I like the character design. I wish we could know a little bit more, but I was looking at the other reference images that were sent, and they all looked really cool. So I will say this character has some amazing art. I just want to see a little bit more lore. Alright, I'm gonna give them a C. Okay, next we have Isaac the Hedgehog. And let's look at that. That is number 66. Okay. He's fast like Sonic, but his main power is fire and water. I wish we could have known a little bit more. He's very simple. I think if there's one thing about this design is that he could use like a detail that shows like maybe like a little bit of a fiery look. Like maybe add like a fire like looking symbol or a water symbol or something like that. He could use some kind of indicator to show his powers. But I mean, I will say like you've got a good concept here. I like the hair, I think could be pretty interesting. I like your colors. I just wish we could have known more about the character. I'm gonna give this one a D. A D. Okay. Next we have Blossom the Tigress. And dang. Sorry. I'm looking respectfully. 67. I forgot That was the image. A nature user who came from a sacred place called the Timeless Forest. She's a new face in the modern world, not used to technology due to the isolation of her old horn and how paced the world is these days. She's slowly adapting to everything around her while learning more about herself. She has found a love for extreme gear racing, based, and she enjoys feeling the freedom and the wind into her hair when on the track. Bleh, I kinda messed up that last part there, sorry. She is very cute. I really like her design. I like that she is an extreme gear user. You don't always see that. Shoutouts to the After Riders AU. I don't know if this character is involved or not, so, but I really like that Sonic AU. Let's see. I think this character is... I'll give her an A. Why not? Might as well. We're getting to the end here. Might as well be generous. Alright. Next we have Bit the Frog. Oh my gosh. This character is so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love this character just based on appearance alone. This is such like adorable art too. I love how clean this is, like the lineless style. Alright, let's look. Bit is number 15. Burping bubibus. Sorry, I just hit my desk. Bit is a happy-go-lucky tadpole. Ah, he's a tadpole. He enjoys exploring, helping, and being friendly. He's quite young, however, and because of that is quite prone to falling for tricks due to his naivety. I am so sorry, I tend to say that incorrectly. In his odd-looking crocs, this frog is here to befriend any and everyone. To some degree of success, anyway. Overall, Bit is a silly, happy little fella who wants to see the good in people, even if he's a little misguided. I love the lore, that is super fitting of the design. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a tadpole too. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is an S tier. This is an S tier for me. Also a frog. You really don't see a lot of people make OCs of frogs. Okay, next we have Twister the Hedgehog. Alright, and let's look at the notes. 92. Number 92. Twister is Sonic's sibling from an alternate universe of the Sonic Underground series. He's very fast, much like Sonic, and has some of his personality, but is more caring and compassionate like Silver. He plays games as well and makes vlogs for his subscribers on YouTube. This is a YouTuber? This OC is a YouTuber! Oh my god. That's great. I also like that this is from an AU of Sonic Underground. I don't know if I've ever heard of an AU of Underground. Okay. I think this is kind of one of those where I'm going to say I think the design could use a bit more detail, but I really like your concept and like the writing behind the character. I just think like they could use a little bit more that makes them not quite look just like a red Sonic. But I really like your concept, so don't take that as me being like, no. I think a little bit of design tweaking and that one would be super solid. Alright, our final OC of the day. 50 OCs, guys. After this, y'all will get to see all of the art pieces I did for not every OC. Unfortunately, I can't draw all 50, but I drew as many as I could. Alright, finally we have Circara, submitted by fellow creator J Creative. Highly recommend his channel, by the way, check it out. Alright, and Circara's lore is on 11. Okay. An evil sorceress with her eyes set on world domination. She's the main antagonist and villain to my other OCs on their journey to recover the lost Kura Stone remnants. Basically the Master Emerald of my OC universe. She wants the remnants for herself to spread darkness across the world and forge her evil empire. Good for her, we love a woman involved in villainy. I think this might be my favorite of Jake's OCs, if I have to be completely honest. So maybe you picked that knowing that I'd probably rank this one highly. I don't know, maybe you just guessed. I really like Circara. She's a very nice design, and she's a Springbok. You really don't see a lot of Springbok OCs. Overall, I just have to say, this is a really great OC. Like, even if I didn't find like Jake's content and stuff really cool, I would still S rank this character because it's really good. Alright. Whew. With that said, that is 50 Sonic OCs ranked. And here, I'll move myself to the side a little just so you can kind of see better for those little ones in the corner. And yeah, wow. Okay, thank you so much to everyone who submitted for this video. Alright, what's up guys? Future Mono here, and it's time for the art reveals. Funnily enough, I initially only planned to create 5 art pieces, so 1 out of 10 OCs in the video get drawn, but I actually ended up drawing 7. And here we go. I know I did a spin wheel last time to decide which characters I'd draw, but since I was drawing more characters, I stuck to the ones that stood out to me the most, so I'd have the biggest chance of, you know, actually finishing every piece. I found that I'm very much the on my terms type of artist when it comes to drawing free stuff, so I hope you'll understand why I took this approach. To any of the owners of these characters, if you're interested in being sent the transparent file, please reach out to me either at MonoX on Discord or the MonoX art email. You can reach out to me on any of my other platforms as well, but keep in mind, it may take me a minute to get back to you since I don't really check my other platforms that often. Alright, and with all of this art out of the way, again, thank you so much to everybody who submitted, participated. Some of you didn't follow the rules, so you didn't get in, but I still had fun. I still had a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all coming to check out this video, and hopefully, you know, part 3? I don't know, you'll have to like, subscribe, and comment to let me know that you want part 3. If you want. Alright. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.